was in a standard patrol vehicle, while Commander Shepard here to my right and Cadet Hart to my left stayed back and cleared the jewelry store and secured the hostage. Once they cleared the store, it seemed that basically the chase had ended about 2 blocks up the road. If you refer to the first image that I submitted to evidence right before we convened, you will see the location of the crash was directly at postal 694 between 695, just not that far away from the jewelry store. So after they got out of the car or the jewelry store, they drove north for literally probably less than 2 minutes, and that's even being generous, crashing and then bailing on foot. It is to be noted that Mr. Gucci here was not the one driving. He was in the passenger seat. And once he began to run, I got off my motorcycle and ran after him on foot, giving him multiple orders to stop as I retrieved my taser. As he began to run, I gave him multiple commands, such as, "Sir, stop, you're under arrest. Stop or you will be tased. I'm going to tase you if you don't stop," etc., etc. As soon as we got, I believe, is on South Boulevard Del Perro, where we were at the time, was when I first attempted to tase. My first attempt did not make contact with the skin. And then I don't believe my second one did either. However, once I finally tased him, I let the standard time of the current, so from when it became in contact and put him on the ground, I didn't even try to go in for cuffs then. I waited for him to get up. I told him when he got up, he needed to put his hands in the air so I could put the handcuffs on him. And as soon as he did get up, he continued to run. So he was tased again and then tased one final time, and then finally put into handcuffs. As far as the mistaking him for another person in the cells, I would like to have Commander Shepard here kind of go over that and how that happened and why. But I can assure you it was nothing more than an honest mistake, but I'll let the commander tell you himself.
All right, Commander Shepard.
All right, so after Mr. Guzzi here was in custody, we escorted the vehicle that had him in custody back to MRPD, and he was in a jail cell. At that time, I was not the one processing. It was Cadet Jesse here. Jesse already had his ID, but I was unaware of who he actually is. So I thought he was somebody else, and I was trying to give him a warning about a vehicle of his that
this guy has a lot of friends over here.
Crime and felony
it's like 8
invasions.
people.
But I did not tell him that he will be getting charged with something. It was just a fair warning about his vehicle. I believe it's completely unrelated. I don't even know why we. That's a point of discussion in this case. There were no charges given, and Jesse, literally 30 seconds later, cleared it with me that this man is Leonardo Gucci, not the guy I thought I was mistaking him for.
So, just for the record, who was he being mistaken for? And was that
I believe Mr. Bo Duke.
I would also like to make a correction to what I said earlier in regards to the location of the crash in the first photo evidence I submitted. I made a mistake. It wasn't between 694 and 695 where they crashed. It was between 692 and 5.
Well, my first question for you, Mr. Gucci. You said in your statement that your friend gave you some jewels to hold on to. When did you obtain said jewels?
I don't know. He like just stopped by, and I was like happened to be in that area, and then so he quickly gave me.
You just happened to be in the area of a jewelry store.
Just happened to happen.
Robbery, and your friend
No,
was
it's
supposed,
around the corner of
"Hey."
it.
You were
I also
around the
like
corner.
to
Your friend
point
just says,
out-
"Hey, just hold on to these jewels for me," and you don't ask questions.
Well, yeah.
I'd have some questions.
Not me though. Personally, it's not like out of the possibility of the friends.
To the time of this incident.
Hey,
What were you
you
doing?
guys
Where
have
were you? Do
court?
you have
What
any
happened?
alibis? Do you have
Well,
witnesses?
before that, I was actually
What happened?
You'll see. You'll see. I'm
cutting
pressing
some
charges
wood
against her in a minute.
society as a good paying citizen.
You're pressing
And then-
charges?
I was texted by a friend of mine, told me to meet me at this.
Is that
location
Verda who's
and
arrested?
drive by. So I did. I was
Did
just
your
driving.
friend have a name?
Tiny.
You're arrested?
Yeah. And,
Is that
Will
Josh?
at the time.
Is that
We
Josh?
just,
Is Josh playing too?
pals. I was just driving by after I picked up some
That is
bundled wood.
funny.
I was on my way to go sell it in the lumber yard, and then I decided to respond to his message, and then so I went to meet him, and then he was rushing to me and gave me the jewels. So I got in the car right away, and then he drove away, and I was concerned.
I'm
and
watching
he
it.
was
It's
following
funny.
behind, and I was like, "Uh-oh, there's something's not right here." And then that's when eventually I was harassed and tased over and over again.
So it never once occurred to you that your friend may have robbed a jewelry store and made you an accessory to his crime?
Not really. I mean, like, he could have just bought the jewelries because I know he is he does work as a jewelry guy or whatever. So it didn't really was not much of a shock for him to have jewelries. I like jewels
So
on him.
he's employed by D'Angelico's jewelry store.
Yeah.
Is that what you're
From
telling
what
me?
I know, I don't know for sure, but yes, he for sure is works with jewels a lot. So from what
All right.
it wasn't
how
out of the
well
ordinary.
how well do you and Mr. Will know each other?
Is that important to this case?
Potentially.
Pardon?
Potentially. Answer the question.
I known him for quite a while. We go way back.
Okay. So follow my train of thought. This is a friend of yours that you've known for a while, but you don't know if he is employed at a jewelry store. I think that would be a very important piece of information for a friend
Well,
to
I
know.
didn't say that. What I actually did was I knew he was worked for in the jewelry business. I never said he was employed by a jewelry store.
So he works in the jewelry business.
I know he does work with jewels, which is
Your Honor, if I may.
Yep. Go ahead.
Can the accuser here repeat the name of his friend that he claims he received the jewels from?
Do I need to repeat that myself?
Yeah, if possible.
His name was Will.
Will, what's the last name?
Hunt.
Thank you for the record, Your Honor. Will Hunt was the second person arrested from the same robbery. He pled guilty to his charges, and when Mr. Gucci was arrested, one of his first questions that he asked us was if we caught the other guy.
Pardon?
That's all.
Could you?
Repeat yourself, please, Commander Seth Shepard.
When we did arrest Mr. Gucci, his first question or remark when he was put in handcuffs was if we arrested the other guy. The other